Hello, my name is Patrick. I'm the station manager for Simsbury Community Media. Today, we're at a mysterious location and we're going to see how some people manage to water ski year-round at this location. So I'm talking December, January, February, March, some other months. People come out here and in the winter, they're water skiing. It's super cool stuff. So stay tuned and you'll find out how they do it. So here we are with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mike Lambert. Arrived just on time too.
Yeah.
You're very punctual.
Yeah, it's a very exact science. It's like the transporter.
At our undisclosed secret location where we do some of the coolest water skiing. How'd you get started in doing something like this? Like, because Rob was telling me that you keep track of the amount of days since the start of the year you go. Like, how does something like that start for you?
Well, it started when I used to burn ants with a magnifying glass. Back in
I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, no. And they kind of developed from there on how to torture things like yourself. But I think it really started, I mean, we always were avid skiers and we would ski, 75 to 100 days a year. And then when COVID hit, we had nothing else to do. So the gyms were closed, etc. So a group of us worked from home every day and then had to do something. So social distancing on each side of the boat and 40 feet behind the boat seemed like a pretty good idea. So
perfect.
We just picked it up from there and then, trying to challenge each other on how many days we could ski. And we went from 75 to 100 to 150 to 200 to 250. Yes. And then we're like, what can we do? And I think last year we did 310 days, and today is day 83 out of 105 days so far this year. So we're on track.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It must keep you in really good shape.
Well, we could stop the French fries and pizza, maybe. But
yeah, I'm never gonna stop.
Yeah, it's just fun to do. It's fun to hang out.
A board member's told me you do this year round.
Year round. Absent any hurricanes or solid ice. Ice is okay. We'll break through the ice as long as it's open in the middle. But,
really?
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then if this is frozen over, we'll go to the Connecticut River and go from Hartford south because they break the ice up the Connecticut River to bring barges and other things up the river. So you just have to scope it out and then go from there.
Do all the hard work for you, right?
Yeah.
What's your record for 2023?
310.
310? What's the most consecutive?
Ooh, probably 100.
Really?
Yeah, in the summertime we go, and people say, well, it rained on this particular day, but we'll actually watch the weather forecast and look for the gap in the weather. So I think it was Sunday we went out and it was raining, but then there was like an hour gap that we saw coming, and then we all texted each other, be at the ramp in an hour.
Everybody loads up their stuff and gets ready.
Everybody loads up, goes, we get in and get it out. And then sometimes we'll just have to wear, safety glasses or goggles and grin
don't want the ice
and
hitting
bear
you in
it.
the face.
Yeah, well, ice is a problem.
So what's your record for this year?
Well, so far this will be day 83.
83, wow.
And I think if we add up, I think there's 105 days so far this year. So
the majority of the year so far you've been skiing.
83 out of 105.
So when you're skiing in the back, do you guys have like a setup for who rotates with operating the boat, or do you take turns?
I always go first.
You always go first? That's the rule around here?
I don't always go first, but people are like, you want to get in or you want me to get in? You want to get in? Like, I'll go, whatever. It's more of
just a game of rock, paper, scissors, shoot at that point.
Who wants to get in the boat, get wet, and then have to ride in the boat wet while 2 or 3 other people ski when it's cold out?
Yeah, right.
I'll go last.
Yeah. I'll do the last run of the day.
Yeah.
I think I'll be pretty good. So could you tell us about some of, well, you just talked about the crew, some other people that you water ski with?
Those losers. No, it's a great group of people. Obviously, you can't ski by yourself. You need a driver and a spotter. And to get people to go 300 and something days a year, it's tough to coordinate who's going to come out, etc. So you have to have a whole network of folks available and who are just as dedicated to the sport as you are to support you. So I'm fortunate enough that we probably know, a couple dozen people who are just as crazy as I am.
I think the words I used were insane before.
Yeah. But they may not go skiing, but certainly they're up for riding in the boat in January
or
and
being
February.
The spotter,
yeah,
right? And you mentioned that. What job does that entail?
He's down. He fell.
Go get him.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Like it's never not funny when somebody falls. It's never not funny.
You can put together a comedy reel just of that.
It's like,
send it to America's
whoa.
funniest home movies.
Yeah, and then you certainly have to have a good driver. In order to do this sport at a certain level and take the risk or to execute the sport the way you want to, you have to trust the driver. Right, so driving in a straight line so that it's consistent pull on either side of the wake is very important. So if somebody's turning the boat while you're turning this way, you're going to have slack.
Yeah.
If you're turning this way and they're turning the boat,
whipped.
now they're going to yank you.
Yeah.
And you'll see when we ski, you're taking a risk.
It's almost like a dance between the driver and the skier, right?
So you have to have a good rapport and experienced drivers.
And people have different styles of skiing. Like some people ski more aggressively, and some people are more relaxed.
I ski good, and they ski like crap. You mean like that?
Something like that.
No, but yeah, and then we vary the speed, so people ski at different speeds, rope lengths. So when we say we ski at 35 off, a ski rope is 75 feet long. So if I take 35 feet off, I'm skiing on a 40-foot rope. So when people say I'm 15 off or I'm 28 off,
okay.
so the rope is longer.
Yeah.
Right. And then so how far you go out, and the whip ratio, and how fast you go with the boat, all changes the angle, the speed across the wake. The wake itself will change. The slower the boat goes, the boat's further in the water, so the wake is higher.
That's something you're doing all this advanced arithmetic in your head to calculate it, right? The thing that really caught my interest when Rob told me, he said, this guy is a madman and he goes out during winter. What's it like getting out there on a cold day?
Pat, it's cold.
Yeah.
To be frankly honest with you, it's cold. It's a challenge. Obviously the water gets to be a certain temperature, maybe 32 degrees, obviously. It's not less than 32 degrees, otherwise it'd be frozen. But the air temperature when it gets below, say, 30 degrees is nasty, especially when you're going 36 miles an hour, the wind chill factor. And as you're cutting across the wake, you're going even faster. You're probably going more like 60 miles an hour across the wake.
Really?
With the whip ratio. So the wind chill on your face and your hands and your feet is really what.
So what precautions do you take to stay warm then?
No, just kidding. You kids, stay in school. Don't do drugs. I'll wear a hat, like a toque hat, a wool hat, neoprene gloves, neoprene socks, things
Wet or
like
dry
that.
suit or?
A dry suit, people kid me all the time. They say in the wintertime you have very good form and you look in the direction of the way you're going to turn. I didn't have the heart to tell them that's just to protect this side of my face for 2 seconds. The wind's hitting this side, and then I look this way and the wind's hitting that side, just to give myself a reprieve.
So just as a nice break, and you don't want any ice hitting that side too, right?
I mean, plenty of ice. Plenty of times you come out of the water, you have slush in your hair.
The water must freeze on your yeah.
And you bend your arm and it spider cracks because it's frozen.
That's pretty cool.
And the boat is frozen inside.
So how exactly do you break up the ice on the boat? Do you have like a special tool, or do you just slowly drive the boat through it?
We have a old water ski. We just get on the bow and hack at it and
So if
smash a channel.
if anybody ever sees some people hacking away at the ice on the boat, they're not crazy. They're just getting ready to go skiing, right?
Well, yeah, some people.
Are there any other dangers other than the ice on the water that you look out for?
Oh yeah, there, especially in the river with all the rain we've had, tons of debris, branches, logs, full trees floating down the river. So before we ski today, we're definitely going to take a logging run and make sure there's not debris in the middle that you're going to hit. Certainly have hit plenty of stuff with the boat, damaged the prop and the skegs up front many times. It probably go through probably 2 or 3 props a year.
They just get dinged up.
Just get dinged up and there's a vibration. And then a few times you hit some stuff while you're skiing. I hit a 14-foot 2x10
just
in the water right out here, and
Holy
probably did
moly.
like 3 cartwheels and saw the stars like you see in the cartoons.
Do you have to tune the boat any differently for the different seasons in New England?
Oh, I got tunes on the boat. We play the radio a lot. No, we don't. No, we don't.
You just send it full send?
Full send. Most people, like our crew here, you know, they'll winterize their boat. But I keep mine in my garage, and I have a special valve on the side of the engine which drains the block
really cool.
every night. So I did that specially so that I could not have to winterize it, and it drains the water out so the block won't freeze.
Well, can you tell us a little bit more about your boat? Is there anything that you think really makes it specifically cool?
It floats. It's got a lot of room. The wake on this particular boat, it's made for water skiing, so the wake is especially nice. I think it's nice. People have their own brands of boats that they like, but this has plenty of power to pull up anybody of any size.
Rob told me you have a hot shower.
Yeah, you're sitting on it. It's in the back here.
Right here?
It's in the back here. So I hooked up, I homemade it. So I took hot water from the block and cold water from the intake, and I have a little water pump behind the panel back here which sucks them both in with a garden hose in the back with a little button on the dash. You hit the water pump and you can squeeze out hot
all
water.
Those extra stuck pieces of ice to your face, right? You can get them right off.
Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, the hot water coming out of the water and then spraying your feet and your hands with hot water. It's nice.
No other feeling like it. So what's the size, the horsepower, the make and model?
This is a 2003 Malibu Response LXI, for those who are listening.
Of course.
It's 335 horse, fuel injected, 21 feet long, and that's about as long as you want a ski boat. You don't want something with a humongous wake, and when we get out and ski it, you'll see that it's got a pretty decent wake for skiing.
What's the max speed on something like this?
It'll do just under 50. We do a lot of barefoot water skiing too. We won't be doing that today. The water's a little rough, but so you can go fast enough to go barefoot water skiing. It's not meant for wakeboarding or wake surfing because it's meant to have a flat wake.
Tell me, like, if you had any words to depart of wisdom of somebody who wanted to get started doing something like this, what resources could they look at? Where could they, attempt, not just here, but somebody over in Alaska, somebody who would want to be as crazy as you guys are. Well,
do you know how to bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, it's nothing like it. It's very similar to snow skiing or snowboarding or ice skating or whatever. Balance is key. It's a timing, intensity, and a duration of emotion. Just like driving a car or riding a bike, you don't look at your feet.
Yeah.
You look ahead. And you'll go wherever your body looks. Wherever your head looks, your body will follow. So that's the simplest thing to do. And just getting up, we have training mechanisms like the boom that we put off the side of the boat.
Oh yeah, Rob showed me some of those when he was training his grandchildren.
Yeah, get right up. So we have a pretty good crew that are very experienced teaching people, brand new people, how to ski, etc. We had a gentleman out who is 70, never water skied before. We got him up on 2 skis and we got him up on a slalom ski last summer.
What's a slalom ski?
Just a single ski.
A single ski. So
Yeah.
like snowboarding on the water almost.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that existed until right now.
Yeah.
I just learned something brand new.
Yeah, we're not taking 2 skis out here. We're taking 1 ski.
That way you only lose half your stuff when you fall, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
You mentioned before ice skating. Do you do any local ice skating in town or play
Yep.
any games on the ice?
I play hockey probably 3 times a week. I just learned how to ice skate when I turned 50.
Really?
I'll be 60 next month.
You
I'm
look
an
great.
old guy,
You look great.
but the cold water keeps you.
I imagine.
Keeps you in shape.
You get a quick shock every day.
Yeah. So we play usually Wednesday and Friday nights in Simsbury at the ISCC.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Trojans play there regularly, and you wouldn't have to know Mike Sinakori, do you?
That guy owes me $2.
You know Mike?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, he films the Trojan hockey games over there.
okay.
He always does a really good job. Him and his son go out and they get the high school games recorded, and when we rebroadcast them.
Nice.
It's a very nice rink over there.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It
very
is.
nice.
I'm actually playing there tonight at 8:30 after this.
Oh my goodness. At this point, I'm convinced your schedule is just skiing and then other miscellaneous sports at this
Yep.
point.
pretty much. So, but I mean, if you think about it, it's balance and motion is the core skill for this. For surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding, it's balance and motion.
Mike, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me, educating me on water skiing. This
My
is a
pleasure.
really cool sport, and yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys can do.
Let's do it. Let's hit it.
Montage.
I was saying, this is probably, I would say, one of the top 10 best places to water ski in the country.
And it's a complete secret, right?
It's a complete secret. So you can't, no GPS coordinates.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.